Good morning. How are you today? I'm good. Let me put on my different glasses here. Maybe ones that I can see out of. Starting up again. Anyway, good morning. Sorry, my throat was froggy. Anywho, I hope you had a great 4th of July last night and did a lot of celebrating and enjoying life. I didn't. I could hear it, and my husband went out on the porch to see it. Like I said, our whole neighborhood, they all use fireworks, and it was around 12:31 a.m. I think, and they were still shooting them off. In fact, it was almost like a game where somebody across the neighborhood would set off fireworks, and the guy next door had cherry bombs, and since we have brick walls, outside our house, the sound would bounce off our wall. It seemed like it was like louder. Oh gosh, I don't know, maybe somebody just went out and told them knock it off, but I thought, people need to sleep around here. So I don't know, I'm sure they were having lots of fun though, and I wasn't gonna tell them to stop. But anywho, and then I woke up to, well, my husband woke up to, good thing I didn't wake up to, we were indicted. No, I don't know if that's not the word. He woke up and the counters were full of fire ants, the kitchen counter. Now that's my biggest fear because I'm allergic to fire ants. Just one bite. Even though I'm getting shots, so I have to be really careful, right? So he goes into the kitchen to make coffee this morning, and we had salmon last night. Now I thought I had cleaned up the kitchen really well, but I guess I didn't good enough, I guess, because we always have on the counter, I have a plastic box with a lid, and anything left over like salmon skins and stuff, I'd put it in there for the chickens because they love meat and salmon and stuff like that. And so, yeah, so he woke up this morning and he said, now, fire ants are not like sugar ants. And here in the South, the fire ants have bred with all the different ants. So when you get fire ants, like, in the outside in the yard, they build a mound. And, fire ants burn, when they bite you, it burns, and then it's an intense itch, okay? So, when he went in there this morning, the counters were just like this box that had put all this salmon and stuff within was covered in fire ants, okay? And there was like on the counter between the backsplash and the sink, mounds of fire ants. Oh my God. That would be like a total nightmare for me, especially. And then there were some in the sink. And I'm going, and so he went and got the ant poison and he sprayed them with ant poison. And then he went and waited a little bit, and then he went back in and he cleaned them all up. I mean, I don't know if they were dead or whatever, but he was able to get them down the drain or something. I don't know. I wasn't there to watch because that's my nightmare. I said, that's my worst nightmare. And he goes, no. He said, what your worst nightmare would be if you woke up in the middle of the night and they're in your bed. I said, yeah, that would be that would be my death sentence right there. And so he cleaned it all up best he could. And I was surprised that he could see them because our counters are granite and they're kind of white with black spots all over it, kind of not not like polka dot, but you know, big and, you know what I mean. It's just, but anywho. So, like I said, and then he's kind of blind in his right eye on the side. So I'm just really surprised that he saw those ants, because they're really tiny, you know. But I guess if there's millions of them, they're easy to see. Oh my gosh. So he came, you know, I was half awake in my bed, and he came in and he goes, and he told me about it. And oh God, I was just like, good morning to you, you know. not a happy, you know. I'm glad he cleaned it all up though, because, and there was like one or two stragglers, of course, you know, there are always stragglers looking for something. And then we have a center counter, and I don't know if it's from what he moved from the sink over to the center counter, and then there's fire ants there's fire ants on the floor, you know. It's I have rubber gloves on and I have shoes on when I go into my kitchen, and I'm freaking out, and I'm just trying to hold it together, because the last time I got bit by a fire ant, the fire department had to come because my tongue swelled and I couldn't breathe, and they had to stick an EpiPen in my leg and rush me off to the hospital. I went into shock. So I don't want that ever to happen again, even though I do have EpiPens here, and even though I go in for weekly shots. So, and then I also take allergy pills. Anyway, oh my gosh. You know, it's like you go into your kitchen to cook, and you know, it's the fear of the fire ant. And when I go outside to my yard now, well, in the very beginning, when I would go out after I realized I'm allergic to fire ants, and my doctor, allergy doctor, says, now, Joan, if you get near these fire ants and you disturb them, they can jump. You know, he's saying this, I guess, to scare the pants off me, right? So you don't want to get near them. Well, they're all over your backyard. I mean, not that I'm going to walk barefooted in the yard. I don't. And when I go outside, I used to look like a total beekeeper. I bought a net for my head. It's like, you know, it's like a bag that you put over your head, right? I'd have that on. I had netting that went all over my clothing. I mean, like I said, I looked like a beekeeper. And then I had these rubber boots. And my neighbor next door, who's lived here all his life, and of course they don't get bothered by fire ants, and he would come over and he would just laugh because I looked so stupid, or, you know, whatever. And I just laughed it too, you know, because it is funny, and my husband would even take pictures of me. But that is how scary it is with me, because I've always been very sensitive to, I've always had allergies and very sensitive to bugs and mosquito bites and blah, blah, blah. But until I moved here, that was the crashing moment. Although I blame it on the COVID vaccine, so, but anyway. Okay, so I'm better now. I've survived. I had rubber gloves. I had to make my dinner, my breakfast with rubber gloves on, with the fear, you know, and even though you don't see any, but then you know, he's in the kitchen, we're talking, and all of a sudden I can see a fire ant underneath the counter, you know, on the cabinet, like right under, and I go, you've got to spray under there, you know, go outside and spray along, you know. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, oh gosh. So anyway, that's what I woke up to this morning. Late fireworks and early fire ants. They go hand in hand, right? Anyway, okay. So yesterday when we were working on this front part of the purse, the water bottle purse, I had put in the zipper. Remember, we put in this piece, and then I had a zipper. I put in the zipper, right? And and so what I did was, remember this part was only that long. Okay, so I've changed it up a little because once I laid it out, I thought, oh, I don't like that. And so what I've done is I've changed it up so this print is only in the middle. And this will be on the sides like that. And I think it'll look a lot nicer like this. Let me see. It'll look like that, kind of like that. But anyway, so I ran out of purple, so I found some lighter purple and I attached it to it, you know. So it's just going to kind of be like a hodgepodge purse, but you know, it's a water bottle, and I'm sure she'll be happy with it. And then I also extended this purple down here, and the reason is because it's a pocket. There's a pocket here, and the pocket needed a front and a back, okay? Now you're not gonna see this part of the pocket. It's like when this is open, you can reach your hand in and it'll go all the way down. So it'll be a nice little pocket, you know, put your cell phone in and whatever you want. Plus you got your credit cards here. They're not sewed on, but it's credit card holder here. Yeah, so, and then I had to find some more fabric to put in the lining. So I had this purple and white that I used as a lining because I had to take out one of these panels to make this one longer. And then of course I used this lighter purple as the backing. Okay, so let's get started. I needed to tell you all that. Oh gosh. I'm not only am I allergic to, I'm just allergic to all bites. So my whole life has changed, you know. I can't go sit out. And you know, we have a beautiful patio. And for me to go outside, if I don't have my costume on, which I've literally have decreased on that costume. Now I put a shirt over a shirt, and I put on long socks on and rubber boots and a hat. So bugs, you know, because there's a lot of bugs here, bugs freak me out. And so the thought of being stung, right? So if I have a hat that goes over my face and down over my neck, I can't see those bugs flying above my head, you know. It's like all these bugs, there's bugs out there, and a lot of them fly. And so I would wear a hat. I can't see it, so if I can't see it, and then I would take bug spray and spray it on top of my hat, and sometimes all over my shirt. I used to wear things hanging off of me, like dryer sheets, stuff like that. I mean, I've gotten better. I look like a mess when I'd go outside, you know. Anyway, I've gotten better about that one. I don't use dryer sheets anymore. Oh gosh, what a life. Oh, it's funny. Funny. Okay, so we're gonna sew here, and I might need to use this thing, and I am using my I am using the zipper foot. I haven't changed it over yet, so all I'm doing here is sewing this credit card, debit card, wallet, you know, pocket. No, it's not a wallet, but it's a pocket on. So I went down the right side. Now I'm going down the back side. I'm sewing down the back side here and then up. So it's just like that. Okay, come on. You can do it. I know you can. You just like to give me problems, I know. So I watched this program on YouTube. Her name is Christina Home Affair, and she is in Australia. Yeah, I think it's Australia. And she's the one that's taught me a lot about making purses. And so I watch her a lot. She's got a lot of great ideas. So I usually, and she does it to teach you how, and if you want to sell, you know, or not sell. But that's what she does. She'll make up purses, and then she'll demonstrate how to do them, and then she makes up like, okay, she makes these shopping bags, and in Australia the you know, the plastic is banned, so she will sell shopping bags, the same size plastic bags are the shopping bags that you get in regular stores here that we would pay a couple bucks for, right? She makes them, but she makes them out of upholstery fabric. So these things will never, you know, maybe, you know, eventually I guess they will break down, but you know, these things are durable. And she sells them for, I think, depending, now the plain ones, I think she said that she charges $20 for, and I think the ones that have designs are $25, something like that. And she sells thousands of them. I mean, I guess you figure you'll never have to replace it because, you know, it's made out of upholstery fabric, and upholstery fabric lasts forever unless it got a hole in it, you know. So anyway, and then she makes lots of purses, and she sells them in her store. She has a store, so she sells them. And plus she does alterations for people, and then her husband has his business there too. Okay, so I sewed this on. This is the credit card. The credit card, debit card, license, you know, whatever you want to put in there. So there it is. I'll put that in so you can see it better. Like that. Okay, and then okay, so now what we want to do here is we want to put, gee, I hope I didn't blow it. Knowing my luck, I probably did. No, I didn't. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna close this zipper up for right now. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to close this pocket up. And that's why it has the back, and that's why we have this here. So first of all, so we're going to make this pocket, because I have a lining in here. The lining isn't real long, but it's long enough. Let me see. I could even make it longer. Let me see. So what I have here, this is 2.5 inches wide, 2.5 inches, and they're called jelly rolls. And jelly rolls are fabric that's cut 2.5 inches wide, and they roll them in circles, and so you get like I think you get like 42 strips, and each strip you get 2 designs, and each length, depending on the width of each fabric you're getting, it would be 2.5 either by 36 or 42 or 44, depending on the width of the fabric that comes in a bolt. Okay, these are great for a lot of different things, for making quilts, you know, anything. And you can even put these together and make your own fabric if you need to. That's what I'm going to do right now, because I want to lengthen this pocket that I have here. Not too long, but just long enough. And that's kind of another thing, you know, I do. I just think, well, how can I make this pocket a little longer? So I'm just going to make it a little longer like this. And there's 2 pieces here. And I am going to sew them together, if I can get them apart, like this. And once I sew it together, it'll be 5 inches wide, or approximately, because I'm going to put a seam in. And I really don't need it real wide because, but anyway, so yeah, so this is, you know, it's just like I don't have a set pattern in my mind, and I'm just sewing because I want to lengthen this pocket before I sew it to this, and I just thought about it. So it's all good. It's all good. So I'm a little exhausted today. I'm just like, anyway. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put right sides together like this. And I am going to sew it on. So I'm just using basically scrap fabrics that I had left over, and majority of this fabric went into my friend's other purse that I made, and I didn't have much of that, so I'm just using scraps basically to get this water bottle made. You know, I might have had like a half a yard of this color, this. And actually, I think I used this because I made her a purple quilt. I think this was in a quilt too. I'm not sure. But I just had enough to make her purse, and then I came across some small pieces, and I thought, okay, I'll just, you know, then I made her purse, and then I'm making her a water bottle bag. And so yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so we're gonna make this pocket a little longer, if I can figure it out. So I'm gonna sew these 2 together, just like this. And I'm going to pin it together so it doesn't get wicky-wacky. Like that. Now I can't make the pocket. I mean, I could make the pocket real long, but I'm going to box the corners, the bottom. So if I make it too long, then the pocket, you know, wouldn't work because of the pocket. So, I mean, because of, you know, it just wouldn't work. It would cut the pocket off anyway. So, anywho. I just kind of threw this thing together, so let's hope it's not too weird on me. Come on, stay. Stay. We're on TV here. We gotta perform correctly. Only reason why I'm turning it around like that is because this purple is a little narrower than this purple I just sewed together, so I want to get it all together. So I'm going over the credit card pocket right there, and I'm gonna stop right there for right now. Oh no, you did it to me, didn't you? You did it, you did it. So this has an automatic threader on it, but I don't know how to use it. I don't want to take the time to figure it out, and I'm sure it's really easy, but with me, I have to do it several times in a row, or whatever. And so I just have my, a little, I gotta rethread this. What's going on here? Maybe that's why my machine is not performing correctly, because it's not threaded right or something. Okay, let's go back down here like this. You know, each sewing machine that we have, I'm gonna redo this, has its own way of being threaded. This one definitely has its own way. And you know, if it's not threaded right, it's not going to sew right. They're kind of cranky, less like us. Oh, that wasn't good. I forgot you were in there. Don't want to break that. Okay. I sewed that into my wallet there. That would be horrible. Broke it, so I don't have another one. My eyes are just too tired to see the hole right now. So seems like it's really tight. I don't know why. Come on, people are waiting. There we go. All right, let's see if we can get this thing to work again. Yeah, so if you're into making bags, and she's a good teacher. I mean, there's a lot of them out there on YouTube. I just haven't found them all. And I kind of like to stick with ones that I like to watch, you know. Sometimes I'll find I'm watching a YouTube channel, and I'm sure you're the same way, and you just can't get into it, you know what I mean? And so I'll just go on to the next guy or the next person until it fits in my, you know, with me, you know, You know, I mean, there's a lot of good ones out there. Definitely a lot of good ones. I'm gonna go down here for right now. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of good YouTube videos, and it's really cool because, you know, you can just learn so much from them, how to do things. All right, come on. Let's see. But I like it, you know, watching Christina, because maybe it's Christine. I guess it's Christine. I like watching her because she'll show you from, you know, kind of like what I do. And I learned it from her. But she makes, like when she makes those grocery bags, or she'll make box bags, or she makes whatever she's making, she'll make like 25, 30 at a time because she needs that much for her store. So it's not like where I don't need that because I'm not selling them. I mean, if I was selling them, then I guess that's the way it would be. But that's how she does it. And but so she's got every portion cut off, so you know how to put it all together. And of course, what she does is she'll film it all and everything, and then she'll go in and probably edit a lot. But anyway, I really like watching her. So you got to check that one out. She's really good. I really like her. And then there's another one on YouTube. It's called, and she has nothing to do with sewing. I just like listening to her because she likes this lady. It's called Chit Chat with Grandpat. And she's like in her 80s, right? And I like to watch her because she talks about, I mean, she's still alive. She's 86 years old. And obviously, because she's on YouTube, right? And she tells stories of her childhood. Okay, so here is the pocket. Here is the pocket. Now, here's the pocket. You can't see it because I've closed it up. But okay, so in the pocket I had showed you, I put in the credit card, or the debit card, or a gift card. This is a gift card, okay, but they're all the same size. So gift card. So here's the gift card. Okay, behind the gift card there's a pocket. So this gift card can go in the top pocket or the pocket below it. Okay, and beyond, and then if you move that credit card thingy out of the way, you have a pocket that goes all the way down to here. So that's a long pocket. You could put your cell phone in it or whatever you want. It's not a real wide pocket, but it'll do the trick for a cell phone, I think. Okay, so now the next step. The next step will be sewing these onto the sides. So what I want to do here is I need to line this corner up to this. See, the thing is kind of, see how it's shaped like this, goes down like that. Okay, so this piece here needs to be lined up with this corner at the top right there. And I am going to pin it, or I'm going to put a clip on it. And then you're going to want to just line up the back and the front together, this back one and this front one together all the way down. And what we're going to be sewing to, not the pocket, we're not going to be sewing the pocket down. We're just sewing this part, the flowered part, which is the front of the pocket, and the back of the pocket together. And those are about 5 inches wide. And we have the zipper here. So remember the zipper? We have that there too. Now you want to make sure that your zipper pole is in the center here, like that. So that way when you sew these two together, you can sew over the zipper and it'll hide this. Okay? But you don't want to take it all the way down to here, because then you won't be able to get, well, you could if you're just doing one side, but so I'm going to pin these all together. So the most complicated part is the pocket, the zipper pocket, getting all those pieces together. That's just the hardest part. I mean, it's not hard, but you know, I guess it would be hard if you've never done it before, but it's not hard once you figure it out. It's just that I hadn't figured it out. I mean, that's the second time I put this together, so I was a little lost. And of course, when I write my instructions down, they're not as they're not as good as yours, or you know, whatever. I just they weren't, they're just, I need to rewrite the directions, I guess that's what it is. And I just realized that I'm gonna have to add some more purple to this because, well, no, I guess it doesn't have to be, because no, never mind, forget what I just said. That's like, I'm already confusing myself. Oh gosh. Joan, just go back to bed. I don't sleep in the daytime. So we're just putting on one panel. And I'm just going to put this clip on here to keep that over here, so I'm not confusing myself any more than I need to. I'm gonna put these here. Now, I'm gonna hike up this pocket and get it out of my way for right now, because I don't want to sew that down either. So let me just hike it up there. So the only thing we are sewing, oh geez, let me make sure I'm doing this right. No, we don't want to do that. The only part we are sewing is, okay, I'm going to fold it over here and get it out of my way right now. Do you know what you're doing? I think so. I guess some of this is going to have to be sewed down in there. Some of it will be, maybe a little bit, but the majority doesn't have to be. Like that. Okay, I got it. I guess I'm going to be sewing up into it because I want to get this here. Maybe if I start this part first and then I'll go back and sew that one. That way. Sorry. That's all that. So this morning, as soon as I heard about the fire ants, I went and took an allergy pill right away. You know, it was just like, so I'm protected, but it still freaks me out. Let's see, is that gonna work? Hopefully it does. My husband's the type of guy that likes to go places all the time. I haven't been out of this house for like maybe 2 weeks. I'm just, I'm just a home person. And, he's got to run to the bank, and he's been helping this couple because their car broke down, so these kids, and so we've been helping them. And he runs them around. They had to pick up some food from Walmart, so he, drops them off. She'll start charging. She'd be an Uber driver. Okay, so here I'm going over the zipper. I'm gonna go back over the zipper. Kind of give it a little reinforcement there. And I am sewing some of the pocket down, but mainly just along this edge here. Is mainly this right here, these two, the flower and the dark purple, I'm sewing. And I'm just sewing it together because eventually this is going to be, I might have to trim it anyway. So I'm just going to just sew it to this seam here. And then I can go back later and sew it if I need to. Okay, let's look and see how it looks. Oops. That's not good. All right. Okay, so that's one panel sewed on the front like this. And we're going to I am going to line it, so there'll be lining on this side and you won't see any of this. It'll be hidden. And it's just like the orange one, and orange and camouflage one that we did. So I'm gonna get, where did I put that other, oh, here it is. Right here, I'm going to put that one here. Again, line it up. Like this one. Make sure my ends are correct. Just line it up all the way down. I'm gonna go over the zipper again. Where's the zipper foot? It's right here at the end, okay. Gotta make sure you check that zipper foot and you don't wanna hit it, because I've hit it once. And the machine didn't like it. And I didn't like it either. It was very scary. Let's see what I'm doing here. Are you even getting this on there? No, I'm not. So I'm gonna go back here and fix it. Sorry about that. I kind of I have to do this because this was not getting sewed on, so I just have to go and pick this out a little bit so I can get it back on there. So tomorrow is Saturday, right? And today's Friday. Wow. Okay. You have any plans for tomorrow? You know, it's funny. I guess yesterday when I was recording, I was saying that yesterday, the 4th, seemed like it was Saturday. And like I said, every day seems like Saturday when you're retired and you don't have to get up and go to work and, you know, don't have to take care of kids and all that jazz. I remember my mom being retired, and here I was raising kids and all that. And she goes, just you wait, you know, one of these days you'll be able to do what we do. Here we are, doing it. Doing it and loving it. I don't know too many of my neighbors here. I know my neighbor next door. This on the other side of this is like some kind of the people that the residents of that house are, I think, has cerebral palsy or something like that, and they have to be cared for. So I don't know how many people are living in there. I've seen a few of them, and I think one of them goes to school, and maybe he just goes to school because he has nothing else to do. But they're kind of like, I don't know if they talk, but they're in those kind of wheelchairs that does it for them, you know, does it all for them. I don't know. I've never been in it. I've seen them kind of come and go once in a while. But I think they're basically bedridden. And their families come to visit them, you know, on holidays or certain days. But I don't think they're, you know, they're at that point where the families can't even take care of them. So they have nurses that come in, and they have somebody there round the clock that lives there with them. Yeah, so I've never really met them, but they're real quiet. I don't have to worry about noisy neighbors. And the people behind us, you know, just Bill and I are just totally different than the neighbors around here. We go out in our yard and we garden and grow things, and whereas nobody does that around here, as far as I know. Nobody has gardens like we have, and we're the only ones, as far as I know. And I share a lot of our good, food and stuff that we grow for them, for whomever. But I don't sell anything. Okay, so this is what my plan is. This is what I've done so far of the purse. It's kind of cute, isn't it? And so what I'm going to do is tomorrow, when you see me again, we are going to put the back on, and hopefully we'll line it. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to get this done soon, because there's other things I want to get going. And I also need to work on that quilt. Like I said, I've been getting pictures together and on my computer where you put them in little frames, and yeah, so I'm trying to get that together, get that going, and so we can get this quilt done. And I have some other quilts that I want to finish up, like the kimono quilt that I have. I need to put I need to sandwich it and put a backing and a border on it, so that would be good. I do have some quilts up in my things up here that I could finish off, but of course I have 2 other big quilts, and I forgot I have a throw to make for my niece. So anyway, we have a lot of projects to work on, a lot of different things. And if you see anything or want me to sew, or if you see something that would be interested to you, and throw it my way, put it in the comment. In any case, thank you again. I'm up to 1,000.1 K on all my viewers so far. It won't show up. I don't know what it shows up for you guys, but because I have a channel, so it shows up differently for me. But usually when I go to YouTube, it shows views, how many views people have, and some of them have, like 1 million views. So I don't know, some of them, I guess, so a lot of them, they've been doing this for a long time. They have like per episode maybe 3,000 or 4,000 people watching at the same time I'm watching, and it just tuned in or something, So I guess that's when YouTube starts saying she's that she's over 1,000 views. I don't know. Anyway, I haven't figured that part out yet. But anywho, I want to thank you again for subscribing. I'm up to 8 subscribers, 38 subscribers now, and like I said, over 1,000 viewers. So I really appreciate it. Share with your friends and your family. And I'm here to visit with you and sew and make new designs and old designs and whatever. But I'm always out to do something new, so challenge me. All right, like I said, thumbs up if you like this, and subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. It's free. And the reason why you subscribe is so every time I post, it'll show that I posted, and you'll see the next one. And ring the bell. The bell is a notification bell. So yeah. So thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.